Well, now this, as you see, is a ship's compass, the kind which could guide a small cargo vessel to an obscure, steaming little island somewhere east of Suez, as in our play tonight. The compass also acts as a symbol of fate. In which direction does duty lie, and who will or can decide it? Now, that is the theme of the play, which in just a few moments I'll be back to tell you more about. As the little island, which is the main setting of our play, prepares for the all-too-rare visit of a ship, a very natural and worrisome problem develops in the lives of three equally determined men. Because of subsequent events, they're obliged to take entirely different views of their duty and what is the right thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope and think you will enjoy Clifford Evans and Cyril Cusack in Ship Day.
The ship! Daddy, it's Ship Day. Daddy!
Well, wake Mummy up.
Is Mummy better?
Not yet. Nasty heat haze over the reef, sir.
So I saw, Mr. Blake. Mr. McTaggart, keep up a full head of steam. I'm taking us straight in.
Aye, aye, sir.
Mr. Blake, be good enough to take the covers off the forward hatch and have the crew standing by.
Aye, aye, sir.
Did you happen to notice the glass, Mr. Blake?
Yes, sir, still falling.
I do not intend to be caught here by a typhoon.
Typhoon? A bit early in the season, sir, this far south.
Are you giving me the benefit of your experience, Mr. Blake?
No, sir.
When you sail these waters as long as I have, you will learn to expect anything, anywhere, anytime. Typhoons, waterspouts, whales, mutiny, and even in these days, atomic fallout. I'm not staying in Swain Island a moment longer than I can help.
No, sir.
Port 15.
Port 15.
No, I wouldn't agree with you there at all, man. That is that. I can assure you, as a doctor, medicine is a very inexact science. Medicine man, witch doctor, Harley Street specialist. You pay your money and you take your chance.
You hear that, Hubert? Fine doctor your company's got itself.
Well, you wouldn't expect to find an up-and-coming young man in a job like this, would you? Huh?
Don't confound it, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, all right. My hand's a wee bit unsteady this morning, that's all.
That's not an unusual thing, is it? All right.
Gracious. We're aground.
What the deuce is he playing at up there?
Hard port.
Hard port.
Full steam ahead, Mr. Blake.
Full ahead, sir.
Midships.
Midships.
What's going on up here?
The passage through the coral reef, sir. Rather tricky.
Do you have to take it like a steeplechase?
Half astern, Mr. Blake.
Half astern, sir.
What, are you mad? You'll shake the old tub to pieces.
Will you please get off my bridge, sir?
No, I will not.
Starboard 15.
Starboard 15.
I charter this vessel. I intend to go where I please.
Now, we're in clear water now, Mr. Blake. You can take her alongside the jetty stern first.
Aye, sir.
Now, look here, Dixon.
I'm addressed as captain aboard this ship, sir.
Captain Dixon, then. So long as this vessel is under charter to the Pacific Copper Company, you and your crew are the servants of that company, and as such take orders from me as its representative.
No, sir. I am master of this ship and all who sail in her. I have my instructions from the company, which I intend to carry out with all my judgment and ability. Now, will you please get off my bridge?
No, I'm darned if I will. I've got no intention of being shipwrecked in the middle of the Pacific.
If you persist in interfering with the handling of this ship, that will probably be your fate.
Ah, rubbish.
There is every indication of a typhoon within the next 24 hours, and I don't intend to get stuck inside this lagoon.
Typhoon?
My intention is to get out of this port as quickly as possible and steam south out of its track. Unless, of course, you have better instructions for me.
No, of course not, Captain. You must do as you think best. Typhoon.
I must ask you to refrain from causing panic among the passengers. There's no need. More port helm, Mr. Blake.
Aye, aye, sir.
The current runs a good 4 knots across here.
Make fast forward.
Phew. The old man's driving her a bit, isn't he?
I expected to see you and your ramshackle box of tricks bust through her side any minute. Make fast out.
I'd have you know, young man, those engines are every bit as good as the day they were built. Built in Scotland before you were born. None of your modern jerry-built turbine knickknacks. Built for all eternity they were.
That's where they nearly went, too. Ship made fast, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Splashing the old devil. He actually had the wind up his tail.
So he has. A typhoon. At least that's what the first says. You know the old man.
Typhoon this time of the year. Oh, well, I'll below and have a nice cool glass.
Mr. Ford! We have not called here to admire the scenery. We have exactly 4 hours to turn this ship round. See that no one goes ashore.
Aye, aye, sir. Look us, look us.
Hello, Mr. Wayne. How you been keeping? Afraid we're in a bit of a hurry this trip.
Oh, sure. Did you bring that part for my refrigerator?
You bet. And 12 dozen beer.
Thank heaven, I haven't had a cold drink in 2 months. Where's the big noise?
Round in the saloon, waiting for you. Hello, young Colin. Killed any cannibals lately?
Don't be silly, there aren't any on the island.
Oh, too bad. Have you killed the lot?
This heat is really quite unbearable now we've stopped moving.
Oh, it's only the calm before the storm.
Storm? What storm?
Just a figure of speech, ma'am.
Oh, hello, Wayne.
Glad to see you, Mr. Marks.
This is Roger Wayne, my dear, our manager on this island.
How do you do, Mrs. Marks?
How do you do? Is this your little boy?
Yes. Say, how do you do, Colin?
Colin.
Your tie's undone.
Oh, bless my soul.
Why, Doc Macy, you were rough here. Nobody told me you were aboard.
No, well, I'm not news, I'm afraid, my dear fellow. Not even in the British Medical Journal.
I'm taking Dr. Macy on to Tokelau, Wayne. There's a strange epidemic there. Brought work almost to a standstill.
I see. I was wondering if you could spare a moment to see my wife.
Why, is she ill, poor soul?
I'm not exactly ill, ma'am. We're expecting another baby.
Baby. In this place?
The storks have no sense of geography, you know. Yes, sure, I'll see her.
You haven't much time, Doctor. We're only stopping here a few hours.
How is she?
Well, we thought it was coming last night. Old Moira, the local midwife, is with her now.
Not that I know more about these things than Moira does. But I'll slip ashore and see her. Of course I will, if you want me to.
No one's allowed ashore. Captain's orders.
We'll see about that.
Wayne, come over here. I've got the estate file. I'd like to run through the cost and production figures. Pull up a chair at once. We haven't got much time.
Hey, what's all this tommy rot about nobody being let ashore?
Did no one ever teach you to knock on doors where you were brought up?
Now, don't come the Admiral with me, old turkey cock. I know too much about you. Wayne's wife's having her second, and he wants me to see her.
Look, the last time you made an excuse to go ashore, it took me 12 hours to get you out of a low dive in Levuka. I'm not taking any chance this time.
Yeah, well, there are no dives in this place.
Oh, you'll find them all
Now,
right.
listen, Dandy. I'm serious. This woman's going to have a baby. What's your hurry?
Well, I have a feeling there's a typhoon blowing up.
Oh. Well, you have a feeling. How do you suppose she feels?
Well, how long would you want?
Well, I can't tell that till I see what state she's in. What do you take me for? Clairvoyant?
Well, I could give you a couple of hours. Not a minute more. If you're not back here by 2:15, I'll send a search party after you, understand?
Yeah, thanks. I was going anyway.
Now pull that tie up, you disreputable old quack.
Hey, worry about.
Who is there? Oh, it's you, Doctor. I'm glad you come.
Remember me all right, Moira? How's the patient?
She has much pain, the poor little one. I think the baby upside down.
Oh, well, I should have seen to that weeks ago.
You make things right.
Well, I'm afraid it's a bit late now, Moira. I'll do what I can. If I can. Where is she?
Here is the doctor from the ship, my little one. All will be right now.
What is that for?
Well, it tells me when the big wind is coming.
Is it coming now?
I don't know. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Come on, let's go out on the bridge. Oops. Mr. Blake?
Yes, sir?
How long before you finish loading?
Another 100 bags of copra, sir. Say half an hour.
Good. I propose to sail as soon as you complete it.
Very good, sir.
Mr. Ford, be good enough to go ashore and fetch the doctor.
Aye, aye, sir. Blast it. There goes my tip.
Well, shall we have some lunch?
Yes.
Good. Come along. Hop. First, as usual, I see Mr. McTaggart. You're coming to lunch, Mr. Marks?
Certainly, Captain. You'll stay and have a bite, won't you, Wayne?
I'd like to, sir, but I really think we ought to be getting back to my wife. Is the doctor back yet?
I've sent for him. We sail in half an hour.
So soon? Excellent work. Congratulations, Captain.
Sit you down, Mr. Wade.
I do believe there's a bit of breeze getting up at last.
That's the big wind.
The big wind? What big wind?
Oh, that's just a little secret between us, ma'am.
I see. I do hope you'll stay and play rather a bridge with us, Mr. Wayne. It's so dull always playing the same four.
I don't think there'll be time.
Oh, nonsense. The doctor isn't back yet. We can't possibly sail before the child is born. We'd never allow that.
Can I have a word with you, sir?
Excuse me. Well, where's Dr. Macy?
He says he can't come yet, sir.
Can't come? What the devil does he mean? It's an order. This ship sails in half an hour. Now, be good enough, have Mr. Blake tell him that with my compliments.
Ah, sir. And, sir, the doctor asked if you could send him over some ice, sir.
Oh, bah!
Another deputation already?
How is she, Doctor? There's no danger, is there?
Of course there's danger. No woman ever had a child without danger to herself.
I meant special danger.
Well, the baby's upside down. We might be engulfed in a typhoon at any moment, according to that scaremonger Dixon. Now, look. Your wife's very brave, and she's strong. I'll do everything in my power to make it easier for her.
But you won't be here.
Oh, who says I won't be here?
Captain Dixon's compliments, Doctor, and he's sailing in half an hour.
We'll give him back his compliments and tell him he's sailing without me.
I doubt if he'll take that for an answer.
Well, it's the only answer he'll get from me till the baby's born. Well, if you'd like to go inside and see her now. The pains have let up for a moment.
Your ice, Doctor.
Well, that's the very thing she needs.
Bring him back, Mr. Blake.
No, sir.
Oh. Well, I think it's disgraceful. If the poor woman needs him, what's all the terrible hurry?
Well, you know what the doctor's like when he's ashore, my dear. I dare say she'd be better off without him.
Oh, nonsense. You men are all the same. No consideration for a poor woman's sufferings.
I must trust to the captain's judgment, my dear.
I don't agree at all. Your company's paying for this ship, Hubert. You must make him wait until the baby is born.
But
I refuse to play three-handed for the rest of the trip.
But, my dear, Oh, very well. I'll go and have a word with him.
Very well, Mr. Blake. I'll give him another half hour. If he's not aboard by then, I'll send a party to fetch him by force.
It's the only way, I reckon, sir.
Ah, so you've heard. Now tell me, what is our absolute deadline for starting?
Well, my guess is that the typhoon will strike about dawn, which means that we should be well out to sea by then.
Dawn? Oh, that gives us quite a bit of time.
Not unless you'd like to navigate the reef in darkness.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Well, you're not a ship's captain, sir.
Suppose we leave him behind. How soon before he can get away from the island?
Oh, 6 weeks, 3 months. It all depends on the luck of a trading schooner calling in.
That's no good to me. Unless I get a doctor to Tokelau, and quickly, the government will cancel our trading licenses.
Oh, well, that's your problem. Mine is not to hazard my ship. Yes, Mr. Ford?
Cargo safely stowed, sir, and all hatches securely battened down.
Have all hands stand by ready to sail.
Ah, sir. And, sir,
Yes?
Dr. Macy's coming down to the jetty, sir.
What? Well, well, this solves all our problems. I'll tell the wife.
Well, you old ruffian. Was it a boy or a girl?
Huh? Oh, I couldn't say.
Don't you even know enough to tell them apart?
It isn't born yet, you old buzzard.
Not born.
I just came to get me tools.
Oh, well then, come aboard, my dear doctor. Come aboard.
Ah, you don't net this old badger as easy as that. Ah, no. No, Wayne's fetching them from the cabin.
Dr. Macy, I am the captain of this ship, and I order you aboard.
Order away. Order away. I know what are your contract coolies.
You broken down old quinine peddler, do you realize I may be risking my ship?
Huh. Maybe. Meteorological mumbo-jumbo. No maybe about that girl having the baby out there, is there? Huh?
I think this is them. I can't thank you enough, Captain, for allowing the doctor to stay ashore.
Well, there's no sign of movement from the bungalow. I'll give him another 10 minutes. Have you got up a good head of steam, Mr. McTaggart?
Aye, sir.
Give him a warning blast on the siren.
Is that the bird saying goodbye, Daddy?
Yes.
So you see, my dear, there's more at stake than just that poor girl ashore there. £5,000 worth of cargo, our trading licenses at Tokelau, my position with the company, the ship, even our lives.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I didn't want to alarm you needlessly.
Needlessly? With a typhoon coming? Well, do something. Get up on that bridge and order the captain to sail at once. Doctor or no doctor?
Yes, dear.
Well, hurry. We may be too late now.
Yes, dear.
It's all right, my dear. Let him go, let him go. I won't leave you.
I take it that means that we're going to sail immediately.
No, sir. That was a warning blast for the doctor.
What? But we can't afford to wait for him any longer.
I thought you needed him at Tokelau.
That's my business. Your business is to get this ship out of here as quickly as you can.
The child isn't born yet.
Well, that's not my fault. That old fraud has cost me quite enough as it is. It's not going to cost me my job and ruin the company into the bargain. He hasn't come back, therefore he's broken his contract. He's fired. I'm going to see to it that he never gets another job again. Now perhaps you'll get this ship out of here as quickly as possible.
Mr. McTaggart has found a fault in the engine.
What? I don't believe it.
Are you calling me a liar on my own bridge, sir? Mr. McTaggart, kindly confirm what you told me.
Oh, just a wee bit of trouble with the oil feed to the starboard cylinder head. Nothing very serious, you can.
It won't delay us more than about half an hour. In the meantime, I'll go ashore and persuade the doctor to come aboard myself.
You'd better succeed, Captain Dixon. For your own sake, as well as for his.
Mouth yellow-livered.
Mr. McTaggart, hadn't you better see to those repairs?
Ah, just what I expected to find.
I wish you control that foghorn of yours. There's a sick woman inside.
Well, you don't seem to be disturbed unduly. Where's Wayne?
He's out in the estate. I told him to get the kid out of the way in case I had to operate.
Operate? What, you?
Yes. I may have to use instruments. Heaven help her if I do.
Well, why didn't you go on with it? I could spare you half an hour or so.
Well, if there's the slightest chance of her pulling it off on her own, I prefer to spare her the privilege of my attention.
Well, can't the midwife manage by herself?
Probably. But I have my duty as a doctor, just as you have as a ship's captain.
I've given you all the rope I can already. You realize that, don't you?
I thought you had sailed after all that din on the Siren.
I changed my mind.
Not on my account, surely.
Certainly not. I had to teach that moneybags Marx, who commands my ship.
Yeah, well, now you'll understand why I don't like all that interfering on my quarterdeck either.
You know how long you'll be stranded on this island if I leave you behind? Anything up to 13 weeks. And your career out here as a doctor will be finished with.
Well, give me a chance to study my botany, anyhow.
You've got 20 minutes to get aboard, Doctor. I can't afford to take any more risks.
Well, you better tell that to the baby. He's in charge now, not you. Not me, either.
20 minutes.
Doctor, quick, please come.
Stand by. Blake, ask Mr. McTaggart to sound the siren.
Blow off, Mac.
Captain, so we're sailing at last. Has that fool of a doctor come back?
No, sir. And will you please get off my bridge when I'm maneuvering the ship?
Yes, of course, Captain, of course. Just get out to sea as quickly as you can.
Cast off forward.
Cast off forward, Mr. Ford.
Is it all right, Doctor?
Yeah, fine little girl. Both doing well.
He saved her life and a baby.
Doctor, how can I ever thank you for all you've done?
Now, some other time. I got a boat to catch.
Nicely judged, Doctor. I didn't know you had it in you.
Neither did I.
Kindly leave my bridge, Doctor! You had your baby! Allow me to have my typhoon! Is a story of duty, but I can assure you it was our pleasure to present it to you. Come back and see us again the next time, won't you? Till then, good night and thank you.